Howdy peeps, and welcome to another episode of Talking Paranormal with the Old Man. As usual, I am the old man. What's up? It's been a while with life and the holidays and equipment updates and changes and missteps, but I'm back. And I'm going to change the title back to Talking Paranormal with the Old Man and not have with his daughter, because sometimes she's not here, and if she is here, I will introduce her. The wife who I've talked about before, she's interested in chatting occasionally. So yeah, so I'm going to change it back to Talking Paranormal with the Old Man. I still have a whole bunch of stuff to say. So I guess let's start. The main thing was I have learned, well, let's put it this way. I got a new gaming computer because we did that Phasmophobia game. Cool as hell. I got killed. We played three games. And I only got killed twice. So for a first time, that's not too bad. But I needed a more powerful computer to run it. So I got one off of Amazon because Amazon is your friend, right? Well, the problem was it came DOA, no video. It comes with a Ryzen video card. I think it's a 5300. I think it has 16 gig on it for storage, I believe. It was dead in the water. It would not freaking work. It has. I'm a computer dude. Okay, from years. I mean, I've been working with computers since the 80s. Okay, so I know my way around computers. I used to build them back in the day. But anyways, so I took out the video card. I used the onboard video card on the main board. Still dead in the water. So this was early November. So I had to wait until a new one came. Then a new one came, and that worked fine. Okay. So then I got a new mixing board. I'm like, hey, if I got a new computer, let's get a new gaming or a new mixing board. We tried going online twice. Issues, like major freaking issues. I have learned though since that having loud audio is not necessarily a good thing. Getting static again, the same problem that we had with I believe it was the Halloween issue, or not issue, the Halloween podcast where I was doing EVPs and I was getting feedback the whole damn freaking show, which was irritating as hell. So we tested it, and it seemed to me that the problem was I had the volume too loud. Again, maximum volume is not a good thing. I found that out. So now I'm running at 12. I hear no feedback at all. So there's two checks. So the third check I did, that was me moving a pair of scissors. The third check that I did was I updated, because I was having problems on live when we were doing a live podcast, having an issue with the internet dropping, and not necessarily dropping, but it would go poor and then back to good, poor to excellent. So, and I bought a repeater, and I heard that was part of the problem. Was that's actually bad because it has to do twice. So I took that out, and then I dropped Xfinity. Bye Xfinity. I showed them that's my elbow. Damn it. Freaked him out. Kicked him out the freaking door. Get the hell out of here. We don't want you here. So last year, well, a couple years ago, Metro, I think it's Metro ACD, was advertising their fiber optics, and we don't have fiber optics. We had broadband, which You all know broadband, you share the connection. So it's not a dedicated connection. So we shared one with other people, not just, one or two people. So, and just literally just outside our house of our corner here, I mean, literally right next to our yard, they were putting in something last year. So I came home from work one day and I'm like, dude, can I ask you, what are you putting in? He goes, fiber optics. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Well, I called and they go, well, this, $80 installation fee, yada yada yada. I'm like, well, I know I gotta pay for installation fee because it's fiber optics, but I ain't paying for no installation fee. So I put it on, the kibosh there. Well, then I get a thing from T-Mobile, and we have T-Mobile for our mobile phones, and they were offering 2 gig fiber optic, no data cap or bandwidth cap, $70, free install, and a 10-year price guarantee. So I called them up, and I think they came out on, this was like on a Monday or Tuesday. I was off, I think it was a Friday, because I think I was off on Friday. So they came, put it in, and I was talking to the installer. His name was Robert, and he's like, "Yeah," he was like, "I think the connections, the things down on the other corner." I'm like, "No, dude, I think it's right across the street here, right by our house, by our pole there." They were working on it, this year. So he checked, and it was that one. And he also told me that TDS, not TDS. T-Mobile bought Metro ACD. They bought them out like 2 weeks before he came to install me. So I'm not going live today, but I'm curious to see how that's going to affect this. I'm really curious to check this out. So we have a new gaming computer, a new mixing board, which like I said I found speed does not match quality. I'm sorry, volume does not match quality. The lower the volume, the better it is. I got a whole bunch of flashing lights. I don't know what the hell they are on my soundboard, but you know what? My volume is at 12. My monitor earpiece bud thing, or my headphones are at 12. I'm good. I'm a happy camper dude. So we're off tomorrow for MLK Day. So I figured, what the hell? Let's get into this. It's been a while, so that's why we haven't been on. We will be going live probably next weekend. The wife, because this upcoming year. Well, actually, we're already in the upcoming year. In 2026, this year is our group's 30th anniversary of doing investigations. So she's going to come on, and I think this upcoming weekend on Sunday, we're going to be probably live. I will probably post it on a live podcast on our podcast page, and we're going to talk about some of our better investigations that we like. Not necessarily depending on the evidence that we got, but personally, what our top 3 each is investigations, and then we will explain why, to us, we are thinking that way, that these are our top 3 investigations. So it should be interesting. I've have spoken about her, the wife, numerous times, and so you're going to be able to actually hear her next weekend, and we will probably, like I said, probably be live. I don't see any reason why we can't. So we do have something coming up this year already. We have a library presentation. Let me check my calendar because I don't know really when it was. It's in October, obviously. It's going to be October 29th. We're going to be in Lake Orion, Michigan Public Library, and we're going to do a presentation there. Oh, and I guess the big news is at the end of this year in November, I'm retiring as a state employee. Yes, I can't freaking wait. I'll be 62 on my birthday in November. I will have 27 years in with the state of Michigan, and they count retirement towards that. I'm sorry, they count my military towards retirement. So I will have 31 years in and 62 years old. Bye bye. I'm done with the politics. I'm done with the BS. I'm done. So yeah, so I have that to look forward to. And then July 18th, we are taking our annual ghost hunting trip to just south of Winchester, Indiana. We are going to investigate the Randolph County Asylum. And I always say Asylum for some freaking reason. I don't know why I say Asylum. It's the Randolph County Asylum. We have it for the whole night. So if you're from that part of the country and you're willing to join us, it's going to be like $63 a person. We have to pay to get in. We don't have the clout to get in there for free yet. I'm working on that though. And that covers 16 hours. 16 hours just us. We have it from 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm sorry, 6 o'clock at night we check in. And I think at 6:30 we have it until 10 o'clock the following morning. They give us a tour of the building. It was once a poorhouse. It was a asylum for mental issue people, and it used to be I guess up in the attic was a courthouse, and they actually have a jail cell on the third floor where people would be convicted and spent time in the jail cell. Should be cool. So they give us a tour of the asylum. Half hour, an hour. I'm not for sure how long it is. Then they leave. They vamonos out the door, and it's ours. It's just us, dudes and dudettes. That's gonna be so freaking cool. The last time that we've done an investigation was, I want to say, Waverly Hills TB Hospital Sanitarium in Louisville. I think that was our last group tour or investigation trip, and that was a few years ago. So we are taking our equipment. We have a shitload of stuff, and we not really always wanted one, but a REM pod. And I'm looking at it right here in my hot little hands. You can't see it obviously, but it's party. It's a party thing. It's a paranormal equipment. No shit. Ghost hunting and field monitor. This bad boy. And again, as a bonus, it came with a 9-volt battery. Woohoo! Who the hell carries 9-volt batteries anymore? I have a shitload from Amazon that I bought. And honestly, I don't remember buying them. I was going through my inventory of batteries, and I got AAA, double A's. I actually have a pack of I'm looking at them right now. I think they're D batteries. Then there's this brown box. I'm like, what the hell is this? It's freaking full of freaking 9-volt batteries. I'm like, holy shit. So I'm good for the next 10 years on those damn batteries. And then the other thing that we're going to look at is this other place that we usually get our stuff at. It's a 36-foot EMF temperature LED string of lights. Yeah. So essentially it's for 36 feet. So let's say and there's a massive hallway in the basement of this asylum. So I think it runs on batteries, I think. That's actually a good question. But you string it out, and if any spirits come within, I'm not for sure the range, but any spirits come within that range, the lights not only light it up, but there's intensities of that lights. I believe the base is pink, and then it goes up. For example, like pink, and then white, and then blue, then red. So the more intensity of the EMF is, the higher the colors will be. And but what's cool about it is it's not like because we have EMF meters, okay? It's not like an EMF meter. This will tell you exactly where the spirit's at by which lights are lit up. So if only half the lights are lit up, or 2 or 3 or 4 lights, that's where the spirit's at. So we will definitely have a camera on that, for sure, during the evening. And our cameras, our static cameras, are capable of doing audio and video. We normally don't do audio, just video, but for Randolph County, we're going to do audio also, just because there's been known documented cases of paranormal activity, so that's what we're going to do. So yes, so that's coming up. And then we have a drone. I asked her if we have a drone, and she said, yeah, just get here early as you want. And Randolph County Asylum. See, I did Asylum. Why do I Asylum is out in the middle of a freaking cornfield, dude. There's like open farms, farmland, cornfields all around this asylum. See, I said it that time. I said it right. So she said, come as early as you want. My staff won't be here until like maybe 5:30, 5:45. I'm like, that's fine. That's fine. So we're going to get there early. I don't know how early. I'm thinking maybe 4 o'clock to set up stuff. And our camera is also, I believe it's not the night vision camera also, I believe. We'll have to test that first. But we'll probably take some shots of it after dark. And we were definitely going to go live on definitely our Facebook page. And most likely than not, if I can figure this out, because I'm very new to this, on our podcast. I will be doing a live podcast from Randolph County Asylum. So that's coming up July 18th. Again, I will remind you guys every week because I don't want you to forget. So I figured I'm going to leave off where we left off our last podcast. And that was, our last podcast was the Halloween podcast. So this one, I'm going to start here to continue what happened with the Conjuring House auction. There's some shit going on, dude, that you can't even make a Hollywood movie about this, okay? So supposedly to catch you up, and I guess I was saying it wrong. I thought it was Perron, but I guess it's Perrin, or vice versa. I don't know. Let's say Perrin, just for the hell of it. They lived there in the 70s, paranormal activity, and then that is the house that the Conjuring House is based on. Even though it's not the same house, the Conjuring House from the movie, as you all, I'm hoping, are aware, is a big ass, like a plantation style house. Well, the actual Conjuring House I believe it's in Connecticut, I believe, is a ranch house, a really small ranch house with other outbuildings in this ranch house. So the Perrin family moved out. This was in the 70s, mid to late 70s, I believe. And it's gone through numerous owners since. And of course, cash in on what you can cash on, in. So let's make this a paranormal hotspot. Okay, would I like to go there and investigate? Hell yeah. Who wouldn't? If you're serious about paranormal investigation, hell yeah. So supposedly the current owner defaulted on her mortgage. So it was going to go up to auction on Halloween. Why not pick a better time than Halloween to do an auction on the original Conjuring House? And then Andrea Perrin, who lived in the house, she was the middle child, I believe. They had 3 daughters. 3 daughters, I believe they had. I'm trying to think. I believe they had three daughters. She was the second daughter. That was Andrea. I do believe, because the youngest one was. Well, you know what? Here, let me look. Oh yeah. Let's just say she was one of their kids. She expressed interest in purchasing the house. So she enlisted. I guess she was friends or is friends. And the sound you hear is my mouse. I cannot remember all this shit, so I have to bring it up on my computer here. So that's just me using the mouse to move things around here. So she asked for help from Jason Hawes, which you all are familiar with Jason Hawes. He was one of the original ghost hunters on the original OG Ghost Hunters TV show. Okay. And so I'm reading this now. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. It is not in Connecticut. It is in Conjuring House is in Burrillville, Rhode Island. My bad. And she enlisted his help in starting a GoFundMe page to purchase the house if they could get enough money. But they're going okay. I applaud their attempt, but there's no freaking way. They had Matt Rife and Elton Castee, I believe that's how you say his last name. They were interested in the auction, and if those two names sound familiar, other than Matt is a comedian, Elton is a YouTuber, and between them, they have 12 years experience as paranormal investigators, so that makes them experts. And if you have not listened to this page in a while, that was sarcasm, and I was laying it on thick. Like I said, we have 30 years, they have 12 combined. Give me a freaking break. So, and you know that they have very deep pockets on this. So, and then I would not be surprised if my friend Zach Bagans didn't throw his hat into the mix too. Would not be surprised. Anyways, so they were starting, and by her I mean Andrea, and sorry, she asked Jason to be a part of this, and from what I've read, he didn't want any part of this. Probably a smart man, because he knew what he was up against. But he did start a GoFundMe page, and the goal was, I believe, it was a $1.5 million. And if they won the auction, the top, I think it was the top two or top three bidder or people for the GoFundMe page would be invited to do a personal investigation with Jason at the house. And if you know me, that would be enough to turn me off right there. I don't like Jason. I don't know him personally. Just what I've read, just what I've seen on TV, he can be a douche, okay? And again, that's just my personal, thoughts on this. So that was where we left it, okay? And he did a short video of it, and for the GoFundMe page, and that's where it stood until it was canceled. And it kind of caught me by surprise, to be honest with you. It was unexpected, at least from here on my end, being a casual, watching the freak show here, the train wreck that's about ready to happen. I'm watching this from the outside, from afar. So I was surprised when it was stopped. But here's the thing. So here is the AI overview, which I know pretty much that this is true. It says the planned 2025 foreclosure for the famous Conjuring House in the above mentioned Burrillville, Rhode Island, was canceled in early October 25. because Needham Bank sold the mortgage to a third party, preventing the auction, though details on the new loan holder remain private. The property, a historic farmhouse central to the Warrens' hauntings. The Warrens, it's not central to the Warrens. They were demonologists. They had nothing to do with hauntings. Well, I mean, they did. They investigated them, but it wasn't central to the Warrens' hauntings. That is dumb. Has seen numerous owners and paranormal ventures, was all failed. Okay. However, a little snooping by me, the Needham Bank sold the party or the loan to a third party. Do you know who controls the company that bought the loan to prevent it from the auction? I'll give you 3 guesses. Elton Castee, the same dude with Matt Rife who bought the Warren's house. His company, or a company that he is a partner of, bought the mortgage from the bank to stop the auction for the Conjuring House. And I can pretty much guarantee you that Elton Castee and Matt Rife were in the bidding for the Conjuring House. Now, if that doesn't scream conflict of interest, I don't know what does. And on that side, Matt Rife, I read this a couple weeks ago, saying that he did his first investigation at the Warrens' house and things were off the scale. Well, okay, if you own the freaking house and you don't have to pay the $2,500 to investigate it, yeah, I would investigate it too. Okay? But that's a different podcast for a different time. Let's get back on topic here. I'm feeling kind of spicy this morning. So, Elton Castee's, one of his holding companies, or what he's a partner of, purchased the loan to stop the Conjuring auction, the Conjuring House auction. But then I find out later from reading this that Jason did a 360 degree, and now he wants to buy it too. So this is turning into a freaking clown show. It really is. This is a train wreck waiting to freaking happen, and I don't know how it's going to end up. I really don't. So I'm just looking here online, and basically the same stuff. Yeah. See. So the land, because this is off of Google, because Google is your friend, and this is repeating some of the stuff that I just said. The lender, Needham Bank, subsequently, I can't say the word, decided to sell the property through an auction scheduled for Halloween, which we already knew that. But here, the auction was canceled after a group, a group competing to buy the Conjuring House swooped in and purchased the underlying debt from the bank in early October. Seriously? I mean, it says it right there that a group competing to buy. Elton Castee, Matt Rife, swooped in and purchased the underlying debt. So that begs the question, okay, if they did that, okay, does that mean that they own it now? Because a group competing to buy the Conjuring House swooped in and this has been January 8th. So this was just 10 days ago. 10 days ago. Swooped in and purchased the underlying debt from the bank. So, no disrespect, and to quote Forrest Gump, I ain't no smart man. But that, to me, if they bought the debt, they own the house. Am I correct here, or am I lying? They purchased the house. So technically, there should not. Okay. Here we go. Hold on. So now, who owns the house now? Ooh. Boston developer Jacqueline Nunez currently owns the Conjuring House through her company Balefire LLC. Now here's the kicker. Comedian Matt Rife does not own the house, but his business partner, Elton Castee, purchased the mortgage for the property. This was December 9th of 25. So that kind of tells me that it's not going to be up for auction because it's already bought. When they, I'm reading here, hold on. Okay, so this was October 25th. It said in 2019, Corey and Jennifer Heisen bought the house for $439,000. Way too much money. If you've seen that house, they done got took. And begin hosting paranormal events and overnight stays. It's a business venture. That's all that it is. No one's going to live in that freaking house. Well, I would, but any other person wouldn't. In 2022, Jacqueline Nunez, like I said, purchased the farmhouse for $1.5 million. She got took too, and continued the ghost tour business. Okay, so that pretty much says it right there. Is that the house is not up for auction? It's been sold. However, under the WPRI, so I'm assuming this is a Rhode Island, yeah, Channel 12. It says sale of the Conjuring House to Jason Hawes is off for now. So let me read through this real fast. I didn't do my homework. I didn't see this. Okay, let's see. Oh. Oh. Oh, this is getting interesting. This is getting interesting. The parties in a high-profile lawsuit agreed not to use legal documents that could have transferred ownership. Ooh! If you're all, man, buy some popcorn, get your favorite beverage, and watch this shit happen. This is going to be a train wreck. This is going to get nasty. This is going to get downright nasty. Stuff's going to come out of the closet. Skeletons are going to come out of the closet. So the parties in a high-profile lawsuit, this is from Channel 12 in Providence, agreed not to use legal documents that could have transferred ownership of the Conjuring House to the Ghost Hunters TV star, TV person Jason Hawes. The agreement Wednesday came out of a closed-door meeting at Rhode Island Superior Court in Providence, where current homeowner, like we just mentioned, Jacqueline Nunez's sister, has filed a lawsuit alleging Nunez wasn't mentally competent when she signed legal documents to sell the house to Dawes. Wait. Wait a minute. So she wasn't going to keep the house. Okay, see, now I'm confused now. I'm confused. Okay, Jacqueline Nunez, from my reading previously, is a company that is ran or associated with Elton Castee. So if she, okay, if she, that's who it was, right? That's who it was, right? That's who it was. Hold on, I have to, hold on a second, guys. I have to, this is interesting to me. Okay, so who owns it now? Yes, I had to go back a couple of pages. So Jacqueline Nunez, who owns the Conjuring House through her company, which is his business partner, purchased it. Why the hell Jacqueline Nunez, yeah, that's her. Why would she wasn't competent when she signed legal documents to sell the house to Jason Hawes? And what does or who what does her sister, Jacqueline's sister, what interest does she have in this? Where it sounds like she's filing a lawsuit to block this because she has other interest in this. Wow. So on Thursday, Hall's attorney, I won't say who she is. I don't glorify lawyers. They're all bald-looking bastards. And if you know what movie that is, kudos. Said the agreement was reached after a notary who witnessed the documents recently indicated that she would not testify under. Oh, wait. Recently indicated that she would testify under oath in court that she violated Rhode Island law by failing to properly witness and notarize such documents. Despite the setback, Hawes told 12 he remains committed to acquiring the property, which he's been seeking to purchase for several months, after Andrea Perrin called him to save the historic property. But that's where the first one differed, because originally the video said that he didn't want anything to do with purchasing the house. So he did a 360. So anyways, so Perrin made the Barrelville farmhouse famous after her terror-filled memories of living in the house as a child served as inspiration in 2013 film The Conjuring. The movie was a blockbuster hit and has since become a lucrative franchise for fans. Yeah, well, oh shit. Hawes buying the Conjuring House at this point will not be simple. Okay, Nunez's sister argues that Nunez despises Hawes, saying she would never sell the house to him. That's what I'm thinking. Why would she do that? Anyways, so Hawes and Nunez have publicly butted heads in recent years, and Nunez has faced a series of personal and legal issues that ultimately led to her defaulting on the underlying loan she used to buy the house in 2022. The lender, Needham Bank, subsequently, whatever the hell you say that, decided to sell the property through an auction, which I've already read that. And then, oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait. Oh, my bad, people. Let me roll myself in here. Oh, Jacqueline Nunez is the owner of the house now. Oh, see, okay, this is making much more sense, okay? So, Jacqueline Nunez, she's the current homeowner that defaulted. Ah, see, it's coming clear now. I just didn't have all the facts. And to quote Dragnet, just the facts, ma'am. So, okay, now it's making sense. Okay, so hear me out. So Jacqueline Nunez was the owner of the house. She defaulted, and she was going to sell it to Jason Hawes. Okay. However, at that time she defaulted. Her sister said she's not mentally fit to sell the house. So then they went to auction. Okay, so the group Summit and Stone LLC, here we go, is controlled by popular YouTuber Elton Castee, who's expressed interest in buying the Conjuring House with the famous comedian Matt Rife, which I told you about already. Last year, the duo purchased the Warren House in Connecticut, which also is famous among supernatural enthusiasts. Well, no shit. Okay, so around the same time that Castee purchased the underlying debt with his company, Hawes, through an associate, obtained the signatures from Nunez that handed over her limited power of attorney to sell the property. The court documents were dated October 9th of last year. A $1.3 million agreement. Now, how the hell does Dawes have $1.3 million? Anyways, a $1.3 million agreement to sell the home to Dawes, along with a deed that would have solidified the deal, were subsequently drafted according to court documents. Wow. Okay. Oh, so her sister, Nunez's sister, Elizabeth Greenhall, I think it's like that, submitted court documents this week showing an email from Nunez, her sister, who insisted she never signed over power of attorney or a POA. Yikes, she wrote. This would be Elizabeth. I never signed any such documents. I am an attorney and know that signing any POA is limited in scope for a particular and usually singular matter. Nunez went on to describe the situation as ridiculous joke or student of complete idiocy. I, the subject matter, according to court documents. Wow. Supposedly, the Summit and Stone LLC, who is controlled by popular YouTuber Elton Castee, is okay. They expressed interest in buying the Conjuring House. Okay, so it sounds like to me that Summit and Stone purchased the house, because I did read that YouTuber Elton Castee, along with Matt Wright, but just Elton Castee at this time, one of the companies that he controlled purchased the underlying debt. So it sounds like to me, and again, I'm not too smart with shit like this, but it sounds like he owns it already anyways. So just going back a little bit. I'm almost through reading here. I know I'm probably boring the hell out of you guys, but to me this is very, very, very interesting. Oh shit! This is what I'm saying, dude. But that's all, folks. Porky Pig. Okay, so the business was seemingly successful. Okay, so the business that they are talking about is okay. Let me go back. Okay, after purchasing the home in 2022, Nunez transformed the historic farmhouse into a tourist attraction, offering paranormal enthusiasts from around the world the opportunity to visit and hunt spirits for a fee. You're not going to do it out of the kindness of your heart. The business was seemingly successful until the summer of 24, when everything started falling apart. As Target 12 first reported that August, a former manager sought back pay after Nunez fired her. Here's the this all, folks. She claimed the spirit of an 18th century homeowner had told her the manager was stealing. If that doesn't, okay, again, doing what we do, we have been paranormal investigators for 30 years. Okay, I'm not making fun of spirits. They exist. They are real, okay? But here's probably where the claim comes that she was not competent to sign this over. When Nunez claimed the spirit of an 18th century homeowner had told her the manager was stealing. Either there's some serious drug issues, alcohol issues, or mental issues. Okay? Then other former employees started stepping forward to complain about issues with Nunez, who they described as unpredictable. That to me is like mental health. So a Boston lawyer who had a successful career in real estate was later arrested. Was arrested in Burrillville under suspicion of drunk driving, and she eventually lost her business license with the town in 2024. The home was largely remained vacant since, and Nunez eventually defaulted on her loan. On Thursday, Labonte, who's a lawyer, declined to comment on Hawes's future legal status, but she said that the purchase and sales agreement is valid because it didn't involve the notary who was prepared to say she violated the law. So here's the last two paragraphs, and I'm through this day. It kind of gives me a headache. No notary public signed or was required to sign such purchase and sales agreement or the extension thereof, and therefore the power of attorney and other documents notarized are irrelevant to this case. The court has not decided anything regarding the validity of any documents or claims in this case yet today. This was, when was this uploaded? Well, 2026, so sometime obviously this year. Does it say when it was up here? It does not say when it was. Oh, yes, it was updated on January 8th, so 10 days ago. So, yeah, so I guess we're not any closer to a resolution on this than we were back in October. Um, it's just, it's turning into a shit show. He said, she's incompetent, he bought it, no, I didn't, I don't want it. It's a shit show. But stay tuned though, because I'm going to keep an eye on this. I'm interested in what happens. I'm very curious to see what happens because it is paranormal related, and this is anything and everything paranormal, and it's paranormal. So I think I will close this podcast with that. It's good to be back again. No issues, no health issues or nothing. Just equipment, the holidays, and life, work. Work and traveling and everyday life and the equipment failure and the new equipment and the sound issues and the feedback issues, which seems to be fixed. Next week we'll do a dry run first to make sure I don't have the sound issues, but I think we're okay. And I have the new sound mixer, a new microphone, so I'm ready to rock. I have a new curved 24-inch monitor I got for Christmas, so I'm rocking with 2 monitors. I got a new desk. The LED lights keep on coming off, which kind of pisses me off. But anyways, beside that, I'm back. So the goal is a week from today, we're going to be live. I will advertise it on our Facebook page. Not our Facebook page. Well, yeah, I'll do that too. I'll advertise it on our podcast page. Send out the alerts to you all guys who are interested. And it's going to be the wife. And we're going to talk about, since this is, like I said, our 30th anniversary this year of our group, and we're going to be talking about some of our best investigations personally that we liked, not necessarily by the outcome or how much evidence that we got, just if we were able to help people, not able to help people, and how, just basically that. So that's it for today, guys. Enjoy your weekend. If you're off tomorrow, enjoy the holiday tomorrow. I am off, and I only have like 200 and some days left, and I'm done working. So my plan after that, to be honest with you, is I'm looking at doing some traveling. I would like to get a list of, because I'm not working, so I won't have time restraints, of taking a list like here in Michigan and some in the country of the most haunted hotels, kind of like that room 1408. Spend the night in that room or a couple of days in that room. Then I wanted to write a book about it. I'm still going to write a book about Bath. With me, I have to be in the mood to write, because if I'm not in the mood to write, I force it. And if I force it, it does not come out good. So I'm waiting for that inspiration to kick in, and it will eventually. So yeah, so that's what's going on, and I've been on traveling, doing more investigations now that we don't have time restraints, for work. Brenda's retiring at the end of this year also, so we are both the same age. So retire while you can, while you enjoy life. I know a lot of people that were working right up until they passed, or they worked. I know a friend, she worked for 45 years. She retired in February and she passed away in June of that same year. So enjoy life while you can. So I'm rambling again, which I have a tendency to do, and I'm trying to work on that. So again, guys, thank you for listening. If you are listening, welcome back. Live broadcast this upcoming week, hopefully with the wife, talking about in our 30 years some of our best investigations. So with that being said, again, as usual, stay away from the light. You have to be more afraid of the living than you do of the dead, and be kind to each other. There's no reason to being a jerk to people just because you can be a jerk. So with that, guys, thanks for listening, and I will see you live a week from today. Bye bye.